And today, I will do a demonstration of NFT that if you was in the hacker house, you already did with me. This is the cross-chain NFT that we are minting an NFT from one chain to another chain, but we are creating this totally live now using Remix in a so easy way. When we talk about cross-chain NFTs, what can I do with this? For example, imagine that I can have the same collection in two different networks. And I can decide where my NFT is active now. So I can have, when we talk about NFTs and a collection of NFTs, each item in this collection has a number, like an index. So index 1 now is active in chain 1 and is not active anymore in chain number 2, for example. Imagine that I was preparing another that it was not so good, maybe next time. I have another that I changed the color. It was an emoji that was changing the color using the chain that I am. So I was in Fuji, I had a background in red, then I was in Sepolia, I had a background in blue, for example. Coming back like to real world, and talking about this, if the same NFT can exist in more than one chain, you can even manipulate this or manage this in your application. You can now create an application using this. So your application, when you sell the NFT in one chain, you must do a process, a batch job, maybe using automation, to sell the same, to transfer the same in the other chains as well. Or what about an NFT that can exist, the same NFT in different chains with different owners, and at the end, if you have the NFT in all the chains that was minted, you have like a so amazing, and you can win some prize with this. Can be so interesting. I may try to talk everything that I can without my presentation. I think you can realize this. So, everything that I told you until now, I can do using CCIP. And this is so interesting because when we talk about CCIP, maybe you hear about tokens and the transfer of tokens, how this is so easy. But in the same way, what for me is the most important part, what I really say, yes, I love this, is the message part. Because when we talk about messages, about sending messages, I can send any kind of message. Yes. Can be, for example, only a message like welcome, Barcelona, welcome to SmartCon 23. But this message can be a function, like calling a function in another chain. And this is the concept that we are using now. Let's come back here. Ooh. Okay. This is me, you know me. We are talking about NFTs. For minting an NFT from one chain to another chain. Let's see if it is working. No. And I will come back, before the demonstration, I will come back a bit to what I change in NFT when I'm doing this kind of managing NFTs in this way. I'm changing the metadata, basically. We used to say that we are changing the attributes. So this is any NFT. And when I change the metadata, I can do this like off-chain, have some link to a new metadata, or I can do this on-chain. And on-chain, I can really write inside my smart contracts a new JSON file, that this kind of file, this is a JSON file. I can write this in a different way, with different attributes. And this is the main goal. And this, when I am updating the metadata, I can update the link, or only the image, or everything. Now I'm here. So I was talking about this. I was talking about the messages part. So to do this, what I must do? We are starting in the sender blockchain. Our sender blockchain, our source blockchain will be Fuji. So I create a contract. Maybe I will use that I create a few minutes before. I will not create it again, okay? But I have a contract that is prepared to send the mint command to the other chain. Is this. And it will be sent to the person, to the account, who is sending the transaction. Is this part. My contract is going to the router of CCIP. On the router, I must say what is the message, mint, and the destination chain will be Sepolia. Then, let's go to this side of the world. In the destination blockchain, I have another router that is receiving this message, and it is already in the right blockchain. So the message is my contract, my destination minter, and I have the command mint to the NFT. So this message is going to my contract, my receiver. This is our goal now. Let's see if you can do this. Ooh, okay. Oh, this is the documentation of CCIP. You can go later. And here we are. And to understand what we have, here is the NFT that I did some minutes ago, my collection of NFTs. You can see that I have 4 NFTs. I can refresh again. Okay. 4 items in my collection now. Good. I will use this collection, okay? And then, who is minting this NFT? The destination minter. Here we are. Here is the destination minter. So this is a contract that is minting the NFT for myself. And you can see here that I have a default function from CCIP. If you are using CCIP to receive a message, you must have this underscore CCIP receive function. And here, I'm using the address of my NFT, calling the message, and the message is saying mint an NFT. Is this. Let's do it. But remember, this is receiving the message. Who is sending? Oh, the source minter. This is the source minter, so I have another contract here, prepared to send this message. This is deployed on Fuji. I deployed 5 minutes ago. And then, what I will do now, I will call the mint on Sepolia function on Fuji, and then we must wait some minutes to see this happen on the other side. Let's do this. First of all, I have no idea where I am. I must be on Fuji. No, I am on Sepolia. Let's go to Fuji. Yes, now I am on Fuji. This is the source minter. Oh, by the way, how I'm paying the fees to do this? Imagine that I'm paying fees in the destination chain. How am I doing this? I'm paying in the source blockchain. And I can calculate this in the source blockchain, and I can pay, use the native token, or use a link token, for example. I will use link now. But here, for example, you can see that I'm getting the fee in the other side, in the other chain. Okay? Is this. Mint on Sepolia. So I'd like to be sure that I have a link in my contract. I have this link balance. Copy my address, put here. Yes, I have 3 3 and something, I'm good. So good. Mint ou Sepolia? Is this. What I just did, I create a transaction on Fuji using, calling the function mint on Sepolia in my contract that I deployed some minutes ago. And the CCIP network you get in my transaction in some minutes. Let's see. My transaction is confirmed. I can come here, copy the transaction ID, and we have the CCIP Explorer. This is the CCIP Explorer. This is so amazing because if you add some transaction here, you can see this transaction wherever the chain. If it's a CCIP transaction, you can see this. Here we are. My transaction is here. You can see that the source chain is Avalanche Fuji. The destination chain is Sepolia. And the source is finalized. What's happened now? I must wait, because we are waiting that this is really, really confirmed. It's not enough to be on block, but it must pass some amount of blocks after the block that you deployed to be sure that the network doesn't have an reorg or nothing that can change this, to be really permanent. We are waiting this now. And here you can see like the destination gas, how much I'm sending to the other chain, and some information. In a few minutes, I will have here the destination transaction hash as well. And it's committed. Oh, at least it's changing the status. I'm happy. Let's come back here. Oh, I don't have more messages. Let's come back here a bit. So here we are. I already sent the transaction in that point. The router found my transaction, and the router now is managing this using including our security network, our risk network. So we are waiting all of these parts now until the router send my message to my receiver. And let's see. Maybe yes, maybe not. Committed, still committed. Coming back here, in my contract, let's see what I have to you here. I am in the source contract. What's interesting for you? I'd like to go here. I forgot to show this part. This is the supported networks part. So if you are doing something, when we talk about CCIP, we talk about lanes. We must have a lane from one chain to another chain. For example, if we go here, you can say that from Fuji, I can go to Sepolia, to Gurley, on Optimism, to Sepolia Ethereum, or to Polygon Mumbai. Each of these is a lane. If I am, for example, on Mumbai, I can go to Sepolia or to Fuji. And you can see all the cross that we have here. For each lane, or for each chain, I have a selector. I have a number that means that this is the chain that I'm using. So I had this when I was on Fuji. I defined that my destination chain selector was Sepolia, like this. I got all the information here. Let's come back. It's still committed. We must wait a bit more. So I can talk more here. Great. So for each of these, what can I do? First of all, it's important to know that you have the different routers. So here is the router on Fuji. In the same way, this is the router on Sepolia here. Here is the router on Sepolia. Like I said before, we have different chain selectors. I'm paying using the token link, but I'm paying the token link on Fuji, not Sepolia. Like my destination chain, this is interesting to you to see because my destination chain doesn't have nothing. Let's see. Sepolia test Etherscan. Where is my contract? My contract is here. And if you go here, on the Etherscan on Sepolia, you can see that my contract has some transactions, but doesn't have any token, nothing. Balance is totally zero because I'm paying the other chain. But I think this is not the last contract. Let's see. It's still committed. Okay, I have some minutes. By the way, do you have any questions? I have time because you are waiting. And I talked most of parts before. Okay, I'll come back here a bit. I'd like to talk a bit more about this. So how can I change some information inside an NFT directly, like I told you before? Let's show you some examples, and let's show you some different examples. I think I have some here, cross-meta here. Here, for example, it's another option of this cross-chain NFT, where I have the chains. And also here, you can see that I'm updating the information inside my contract. I'm sending that I'm changing, updating the JSON exactly here, saying that it's active in one chain and the source. Like I mint this from Fuji, or I mint that from Mumbai. I'd like to see in the destination chain who was the chain that asked me to mint this. This is another option that I was working now. I told you related to build an SVG. SVG is a kind of image that we can have like, it seems that it's a text, but in the way it's an image. And here I was changing the back color of my image and create this related to the color of the source or the destination chain. So this is some examples that you can have it. Oh, yes. Oh, now I can see. Remember how many NFTs I had in my collection before? Do you remember? 4. We must have 5 now. Yes. Yes, here we are. We have 5 now. Wow, so good. Is this? So I just minted one NFT from one chain, and the NFT appeared in the other chain using CCIP. And this is what I'm really excited about this. And for me, this is the future, because if you can mint NFTs, you can call any functions in any other contract and imagine how much you can have in value and unlock the future using this. This is my presentation. Thank you so much.